You ever hear the sound of your own voice and realize, wow, I sound like a fucking moron?
Every day of my life.
Literally every time I hear myself on camera or in audio form.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
In 5, 4, 3, 2,
Testicles.
negative root I.
Shit.
1.
Bamboozled.
Hey, everybody. We're doing a Heckin' Camcast.
It's a heckin' camcast.
It is I, fearless leader,
Bamboozling.
here to slap the taste out of your mouth, Doc Taste.
Hey.
I am joined by Doc Bold, P-Car, the man who's losing his shit.
I'm just losing everything right
now.
now.
You are so thinly grasped onto your shit right now.
Desperately clinging to the smooth walls of sanity.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, professor of the ghetto arts, Uncle Radical himself,
G'day.
behind his desktop.
Behind my desktop computer, perched so precariously above this kitchen table.
This feels like so legit to have you like behind like a computer.
He's the producer.
Do you have any idea how badly I want to load a soundboard on this right now and
Oh my
just have
God.
random fart noises going off during this podcast?
Thank-
I mean, hey, do you have another quarter so we could just go ahead and plug right into that little green outlet right there? Or you can turn me up on Channel 5 and I will start doing some dumb shit.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Peter Griffin soundboard.
God. And before this gets too out of hand, we're joined by Joey, our resident video game guy.
A.K.A. Dale Sr.
Guy who's sleeping on an air mattress in the living room.
Hey, dude, I love my air mattress.
I know you do.
I'm very, very close to my air mattress.
I mean, totally cannot hate on that.
No.
You're lucky we don't have a pool, because you would be afloat.
You would wake up on that pool
Every morning.
I'd be totally satisfied.
I think by Thursday
Look,
you'd be
guys.
pretty sick of it.
I'm sleeping on a water bed.
Well, because I know it'd be by Thursday. It wouldn't just be me continuously sleeping on the pool. I would pull the bed back into the living room and then end up in the middle of the night back on the pool. I'd wake up and be like, God damn it!
You'll be real tired of it come Saturday morning.
I just want you to understand that we're doing this because we think it's hilarious.
It's not because we love or hate you in any way, shape, or
It's just really funny.
Yeah,
It's just great.
it's just humorous.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Killing me a concern.
Oh, heck.
Every morning. Heck.
well, we're not in the basement, nor the office, nor someplace where there are interesting people.
I mean,
Nor the state of well, we are up in a place with many interesting people, but not in Utah.
Well, they're not here either, so
True.
yeah. I'm sorry, did I just drop some bold truth on you guys?
I think Gavin's pretty interesting.
Who lied to you?
Who is he and what is he to you?
Yeah. Jesus.
A very, very special friend.
Aw.
Aw.
Got very close on the drive down here.
We did.
Good.
Especially while playing Tom Petty.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, anybody can get close listening to Tom Petty.
True. Respect.
And here is Vegas because it is time for SEMA.
Yes.
Yes. And me and Joey have done this before. You heard the podcast last year. At least a couple dozen of you did. But now we're down here with Gavin and Dave, and it's their first time.
Yeah, I'd like to think that we as a brand have grown than the last year.
Or whatever.
Or whatever.
You
So it's
know.
more than maybe just a couple dozen people.
Well, we brought a mixer board to the equation.
Yeah.
True.
We're not
How
just
legit are we?
We're not just shouting at a microphone now.
We actually have individual mics.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did like the days of the stereophonic space microphone
Yes.
because it had such warm sound.
Shout out to Blue for making a microphone we would just yell at.
I
Well,
mean, it
no,
picked
I
up
would yell at.
Yeah, it picked up a lot of actually really good audio.
That it did.
We didn't have to
Shockingly.
really push too hard.
Shockingly.
Yeah, and it didn't get a lot of like atmospheric noise or anything like that.
No, that was
Like,
pretty
I mean,
good.
somebody could shut
Considering
a
it's
door
just-
downstairs in your house and it wouldn't get picked
Or
up.
in your
It wouldn't
room.
register.
Yeah.
In your office, rather.
Yeah, office. I don't sleep
Not
there.
your room.
Yeah.
So like I really dug it.
I mean, it works. It's still around. It's the all-purpose contingency plan.
Sure.
I mean, okay, there's that.
Yeah.
You should just put a piece of tape on the side of the mic and just write on it exit strategy.
Yes.
I'd paint it white and write Plan B on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael.
I'm fucking sorry.
You know what? Fuck the both of you. Me and Dave are just talking now.
You will not drown me out.
I think I did.
Damn it, Mike!
I mean, if Gavin's still on the list right now, it's because he's coming through one of the other 3 currently lit microphones.
No, there are only 2. I turned them both down.
Oh, well.
They need to learn a lesson. All right, if I turn you back up, you're gonna be cool about this? Are you gonna fit in, or are you gonna fit out?
I'll attempt to behave, but I'm making no promises.
That's all I'm looking for, Gavin.
Likewise.
You're, God damn it!
Times 2. I'm sorry, we're having way too much fun.
No, you're not. I just appreciate that Gavin talking to a dead microphone.
God damn it!
Yeah, I told you I turned you down.
No, you don't lie.
No, I don't. I have the knobs at my disposal, so I will use them.
Thanks, Mike.
I mean, there's that.
You're welcome. Excellent contribution. Somehow Dave has become the rudder that keeps us pointed straight.
What kind of reality is it? Or are you living?
I don't know what kind of reality this is, but I want no part of it. If I am the compass, we will all be steered astray.
Listen, we're all in this right now, so let's just fucking get through this.
Okay, well.
So, we're here for SEMA. This is, God, my 10th or 11th SEMA. Because I'm fucking old, and I have awesome friends who would let me tag along with them.
I mean, there's that.
Joey, this is what, your 3rd?
Fourth SEMA.
Wow.
Veteran.
Yeah.
I guess.
Damn.
And then you 2 idiots, it's your first one.
Yep.
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 You have been given titles such as video producer and on-air personality.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah, whatever, it works.
I made a joke about that on my Instagram. People thought it was hilarious.
At Dave Fab.
These shoes feel really big. I don't know if I can fit them.
Yep.
Why do you wear size 12? So
There you go. So, anyway, we're here to talk about what we've seen so far, what our highlights have been.
many highlights we have.
Indeed.
Yep, so started off Monday, last roll-in day. We picked up our badges, which got us our badges. Couldn't really do much with them.
Nah.
Well, I mean, we saw some cool stuff out in the parking lot, the pre-staging and some setup and whatnot.
Yeah, so how it works for you people listening at home, specifically you people.
What do you mean, you people?
Whatever you want him to mean.
Okay, cool.
That's how the internet works.
Yeah.
Indeed.
They know what I...
Shook.
Damn. Getting real rowdy over here. I don't like it.
I don't know. I
Anyway.
thought it was...
Goddamn kidding me? Whatever, I'll make this work. Anyway, so how the SEMA badges work is we're media. We had to present stuff that qualifies us as media. And what we ended up having happen was we had one guy not show up, so technically we have an extra badge. But we can't just grab it and hand it out.
Has been names matching, doesn't it?
You have to present a photo ID when you pick it up in person. They will not mail it to you. You have to pick it up in person. So
Makes sense.
Which, I mean, for security reasons, that makes perfect sense.
yeah,
Sure.
I mean, it's one of those things. So everybody who asks me every year if they can come down with us, no. The 3 people at this table have contributed in some way in the last year.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
Yep. So there we go.
I've contributed by being an on-air personality.
That you have. So
I make movies sometimes.
there we go.
Joey plays video games.
He's my rock. Anyway, so
That's Dwayne to you, sir.
I smell what you're cooking.
Drink.
So, anyway, so on Monday we got our badges. We couldn't go into the exhibition halls because stuff was still getting set up, and they're really anal and weird about that.
Except for when you're Super Street.
Yeah, when you're like exhibiting media and you're setting up a booth, you can go wherever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter.
I can kind of see why, though.
Oh, it makes sense. I'm still just salty about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I got some really awesome coverage and got yelled at by GM a few years ago. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. So we got our stuff. We wandered around outside. I gave these guys what ended up being a terrible tour because on Monday I was running around going to all these press conferences, and I just kind of pointed at each of them in the morning, and I said, you go here, you go here, you go here. Joey knew where he was going because he's done this before. Dave was wandering around, God only knows where,
Guiding me.
telling me that he was in a room when he shouldn't have been in a room.
I was so lost. I had realized the error of my ways.
You remember that Top Gear where they took over that museum and put all that automotive stuff in there, and James May did the audio tour
And you have people going up these stairs.
and going like out emergency exits?
Yeah. And
That-
like you start to have people go into the restroom.
That's kind of what was running through my head. I have
bit.
done that. Yeah, I ran into Gavin in
Central Hall.
in a place where he wasn't supposed to be.
Nope.
So, whatever.
Which was funny because I'd seen Gavin's photos the other night, last night or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's Central Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today I'm like, oh, hey, Gavin took a picture of that. I can skip over it.
That's
Yep.
how I was with the 4 GT today. I was like, oh, I would be excited about this normally, but I was already here 24 hours ago.
Yeah. So, anyway, after getting everybody sent on their merry way, I toddled off to my first press conference. And then Joey told me that the camera I was letting him borrow, the battery was dying.
Which was funny because I'm like, I just randomly thought, I'm like, I wonder what the battery's looking like. Look at it, 1 bar. I'm like, nice. So then I messaged Michael and I'm like, 1 bar. He's like, well,
You'll be fine.
you'll be fine, but if it starts blinking, worry. I look down and it's blinking. I'm like, well, it's blinking.
So-
I'm now worried.
So, God damn it. Yeah, so my first press conference of the day was Kia, where they talked about Stinger GT a bunch, showed some ads that were very clearly aimed at 1 Lexus, 2 BMW.
Yeah.
Interesting. Showed off 2 Stinger GTs and then a Cadenza.
Ooh.
Cadenza. Cadenza. It's a fun word to say. So anyway,
It sounds like furniture.
Actually, yeah.
It does.
you
Just
just
come out to the very Nos Condensa.
I mean, you throw an R. It's only an R away from being a credenza.
Which
So,
is furniture.
yes.
What is a credenza?
Do you want the exact
You
definition?
have a
or do
Google
you
right
want
in front of you,
Professor?
sir.
Yeah, I'm typing Google as we
Dave's
speak.
going to Wikipedia that while I tell
I'm
you.
gonna,
So
now I'm going to Urban Dictionary this shit.
no, don't Urban Dictionary it. Jesus Christ.
What is a credenza? Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Thank you, Wikipedia.
thank God.
In modern times, a credenza is more often a type of sideboard used in the home or restaurant. In dining rooms, it is typically made from wood and used as a platform to serve buffet meals.
Just give me that image result. Okay, I see. Well, back to the Credenza podcast.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Kia.
New-
Yeah, the IKEA podcast.
yeah. So
I'm noticing so many things. We add letters and it works.
Yep.
The Kia Cadenza or the IKEA Credenza.
Oh, this is so weird.
God
it
damn
really
it,
is.
Keith.
It really is.
Really? Are the Koreans really going to do this to us?
I'd like it.
They're just laughing over
It's
there.
the
just
Illuminati.
Confirmed.
Yep.
Illuminati confirmed.
They're like, what the fuck? We're naming cars after furniture, and they still buy it.
Anyway.
Moving forth.
So, yeah, it was the wide body West Coast Customs Stinger GT, which they claimed had a unique paint. It looked very much like the BMW M, that darker powder blue
Yeah.
that you saw on like every like M2 that you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, M2,
pretty
M3,
color.
M4. It's a great
It's not
color.
unique.
No, it's not something they came up with. But then there was a black with copper accents Cadenza with a brown quilted leather interior.
Hey.
Yeah. And
Sounds
then
pretty hot.
there was an orange Stinger GT that had a bunch of aftermarket parts that you will be able to buy on the day that the car hits dealerships.
At the dealerships?
Not at the dealership,
Okay.
no. Yeah. But if you look at their booth, and, I mean, they made it sound like you'd be able to buy TSW wheels and iBox suspension.
Yeah, I highly
and-
doubt that
Yeah.
Kia dealerships are going to be
Yeah, no.
supplying that.
Nobody's going to sell you that stuff.
No.
But it looked cool, and there's at least some stuff for it already. So, huzzah.
That's nice.
Yes. And then Joey told me the battery was dying as I'm running over to Disappointment Central, a.k.a. Toyota.
Oh, no.
Oh, sad panda.
So at Tokyo Motor Show, they did nothing about the new quote-unquote Supra, the thing that they are co-developing with BMW.
Yeah.
Just like a FRS with weird headlights. Sorry, FT86.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Who cares?
But
Same thing.
Weird. I think all right looking headlights, but not a Supra.
No, definitely not a Supra. So No, it ended up being 5 Camrys, 4 of which were done up by their NASCAR drivers who cannot act, as was evidenced by the video that they produced for it. And one was done up by Rutledge Wood. 2 were very boring. Rutledge's was cool. The other 2 drive Rutledge Wood.
Yeah, cool-ish.
Yeah, it was cool-ish. I mean,
Cool as a Camry can be.
yeah, considering it's a 2018 Camry.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Goddamn. Joey, put your shirt back on.
Was it beige?
God. All right, everybody,
God, so much salt towards the Camry.
God, everybody stop doing push-ups for a minute. Jesus Christ.
I've been drinking green tea and Mountain Dew all goddamn day.
So, yeah, Rutledge's was cool. Daniel Suarez's was cool. Denny Hamlin, who did not get in a fight with anyone, his was better than Martin Truex and Kyle Busch's. So, although that was a pretty low bar.
I want to fight Kyle Busch,
We all do.
just on the basis that he's Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that.
It would have been delightful to fight him.
I feel like Kyle Busch is the kind of guy that would come at you off the top rung with a folding chair.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, he seems like that kind of scrapper.
He does.
He has a folding chair in his trunk at all times.
Oh, God, yeah.
And a little wrestling ring.
Yup. Ah,
It's the setup.
that would be amazing. Anyway, so
He's the kind of guy that at the party is asking everybody if they want to arm wrestle.
you want to arm wrestle, boy?
Here.
Bet I could beat you in an arm wrestle.
I mean, I could see that.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, I bet you could.
Yep. There you go, buddy.
Congratulations.
Just let you have this one. Anyway, so we then had Joey joined me for Ford, where they announced a drift handle.
Nope. The drift
Or the,
stick.
Yeah, the drift stick, whatever the fuck it was for the Focus RS, which is, it looks like a Hydro e-brake, but it's not a Hydro e-brake because
It's a fucking joystick button.
it really is.
Yeah.
Just dig up that old Logitech flight controller that you had.
It even has the little. Remember how you like with the old Game Boy colors, you can get the see-through ones. It even has a little see-through portion where you can see the PCB on the inside.
Does it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just to get your jollies off, as
Except-
the inner 13-year-old boy that you are.
Exactly. Except wherever you put, like, where you have to put that thing, you're not going to be able to see that shit.
No.
No. So, yeah, it's a dumbass thing that plugs into the fucking serial port under your dash so you can disconnect the center and rear differentials and lock up the rear wheels.
So it can be more like M-Block.
Yes.
For the low price of $9.99.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, $1,000 to void the warranty via totaling your vehicle. I mean, that sounds really actually quite like a bargain.
I mean, you know. So, they did show some footage of it done over at the Life Proving Ground. Still haven't gotten an invite over there. You know, just saying.
Look
Cole.
at you, boys.
Can I
Cole,
just say,
OP.
if I had a Focus RS, yeah, I would totally get one.
I would too.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't even
Put
use
in the
it.
way. Yeah.
I would
It'd
just have
just
it
be
there
there.
for scene points.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it has the drift stick in it.
Well, I mean, Gavin, you do daily drive a turbo Subaru for the scene points.
I drive it because it was handed down to me for free.
Scene points?
Do you want scene points? Because we can get you scene points.
Oh, I could get scene points very easy. I cut my springs. Done. Scene points.
Damn.
I was going to say used Racelands, but whatever. If that's how you want to do it.
Yeah.
If that's the brand of sketch you want to go with, by all means.
I mean, the suspension is already creaking.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I can lift it and it creaks.
So, I mean, yeah, this whole drift stick thing's actually pretty cool, though.
I mean, it is pretty. I mean,
from the science of it, like, understanding now how it works.
The engineering that it goes into.
Well, basically what it is it's this little button that's telling the PCM to apply full ABS pressure to the rear and disengage the center diff. And
Yeah.
then tell the PCM to not freak the fuck out about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all things considered, there's actually a lot of logic and intelligence that goes into making such a gimmick.
I'm curious how much actual R&D has gone into this product.
It
Like
seems
trial
like
and
a
error.
grip.
yeah. I'm assuming quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're not just going to half-ass something and be like, yeah, here you go.
Well, I mean, you got to think, they've put countless hours and dollars of research into keeping the wheels from locking up in all conditions so it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that data still applies going the other direction.
Yep.
I mean,
Sure.
So it makes sense
I
that
can
somebody...
only imagine just a snafu that they would have had, testing the product, ripping it, and like the front ABS kicks in, but the rear diff still, or like the drive shaft still disengages from the back.
Yeah,
So
something.
I can
don't
only
know.
see some shenaniganry like that happening.
Well, I mean, you'd have to think that the engineers that are programming this probably know which section of hex code to change.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah, it gets real weird.
Shit happens.
Well, and all this because Subaru said we're no longer going to be in WRC, and Ken Block said,
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what we get.
yep. Well, anyway, after that, it was off to Kia, where it was mostly forgettable. Bisimoto's doing he did an Ioniq, their little hybrid thing.
Hyundai.
Hyundai. I still haven't gone over to Honda. Anyway, whatever. Hyundai.
Kia, Hyundai, Honda.
Fuck it, who cares? I mean, really, press conferences are just the goddamn worst.
Yes.
They're just fucking terrible. And here I am thinking I'm gonna get a leg up and see something interesting. No.
If anything, you were at the wrong press conference this morning.
I mean, I was wandering around taking pictures this morning, so I was fine and fucking dandy.
Valid.
Yeah. So, Hyundai was pretty boring. Busy's he did a hypermiling Ioniq. That was great.
Is this what adulting is like?
I guess. I
Can
don't
you
know.
abandon all your power fantasies and start going for hypermiling?
I mean, he's been. To be fair, he's been making crazy power with things, since you were in elementary school.
For a while.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a Viper in Central Hall with his name on it.
Oh, yeah, he's still doing that stuff, but it's, his
He
signature
really-
build this year was,
Hypermiling.
yeah.
I wonder if that's so he wouldn't upstage the rest of the builders. Because the people that handle the performance, it was like old Speed Channel.
Yeah.
We put a splitter and a wing and a coilovers on it,
And an intake.
so you can drive it to the track on the weekend and drive it home.
Yeah.
Every other Speed
Wow.
Channel build that's ever.
By the way, it's an Elantra. Let's not.
Never mind that business.
It's a bright orange Elantra.
Damn.
Yup.
I didn't know you could get an Elantra in bright orange.
Maybe they painted it. I don't fucking know.
I mean,
Nor do
fuck it. It
care.
could be wrapped like the other 3 million cars that are here.
Probably.
Yep.
I don't think I saw a single decent paint job. Everything's got 3M covering it.
Wonder.
You should have seen the car that I filmed and have worked on before. That was at Ken Dickett was there today. A bright blue 55 Continental with the 6-liter V12 with twin superchargers.
Oh, Maybelline.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that today.
Nice.
I took a couple of cool pictures of it.
There we go.
I think there were a total of 3 V12 LSs at the show. Haltech had one on a stand.
Did they?
Maybelline had one. And then there was another one, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody else's booth. But, yeah, they're making a slam. Last year, I think there was just the one in that 67 Camaro, so it's making its rounds. Yeah, they're coming out.
Yeah. All right then. And last press conference where Joey joined me and things went off the rails was Chevy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They spoke briefly about the Camaro, 50th anniversary Hot Wheels edition, whatever. They talked about the ZL1 1LE setting a record around the track, the ring. Can you believe it, guys? The ring.
Oh, boy.
That's just so painful.
Yep.
So cringe.
It really is.
Jesus.
There are going to be 69 more. Nobody's going to take that one. Fuck you all then.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, 69 more Copo Camaros.
Dope.
Yep. There is some dude. They're doing a Trans Am program with
Yep.
and they're doing a ZL1 drag development thing, and then it was on to trucks.
Yay.
God,
Is that what's selling now?
it's what's always been selling.
True.
Yeah,
True.
I mean, there were an unhealthy amount of Chevy trucks at the show.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
There's a shit ton of them. So yeah, it was just a bunch of. I mean, they mentioned the Silverado once, and then went headlong into the Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah, really hammering home that they were like the only domestic making a small truck.
Currently.
Yeah, Well, in this country.
For the North American market.
At no fault of their own.
Yep. Thank
Zing.
you, Gavin.
Good work, gentlemen.
Yep, bravo. Yeah, they did. They talked about something they took racing from. They did the Vegas to Reno and did another 250-mile race, and they specifically mentioned that they beat Toyota. I mean,
Okay.
I know Honda has a Ridgeline that they do stuff like that with, so I'm a little curious that they didn't mention Honda.
Yeah.
So they.
Is Nissan out of that game too?
I don't know. Maybe.
Has Nissan been prevalent in anything in the last handful of years?
I mean,
One 2-door sports car.
I mean, they have a decent factory GT racing program, but beyond that,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So, I mean, the GTR, despite its size,
It's small.
I mean, it is competitive.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was just it was ridiculous. They opened up their press conference with some crazy ass house music.
Some really bumping major mode, crazy hard house music.
Yup.
And it was just it was wildly out of character. It was just like house music when they turn up the bottom end of the frequency range about as hard as they can.
Oh Jesus.
Just so much.
Because it's all about that bass.
Space.
Bass.
Really just trying to get
bass,
the lure of the
bass.
millennials, light to flies.
Yup.
Oh boy.
Kill the thief, snort the ashes, dance hard techno.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Joey said that, and I started saying it, and then we kind of looked at each other, and I made the observation, this is why we don't get invited to nice places.
Yeah.
This is where we're not.
Well, because you look around and you can always see
Yeah.
it where Michael and I are, because everybody's being very nice and professional and very attentive to the press conference, and here we are
And
in
then
the
there's
background.
the calamity.
Snickering.
Just snickering like the shitheads in the back of class that are there
Yeah.
because the teacher told them to sit in the back of class.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're just give us the test. We want to go home.
Yeah.
Is it lunch yet?
Teacher, can I go to the bathroom? You're just going to smoke cigarettes.
I have a cigar today.
And that is beside the point. I can multitask. I'll light this fucker inside, then piss while smoking.
Don't judge me. We've
Man
all
of
seen the
many
bottle of
talents.
vodka on your desk. Anyway, yeah. No,
I'm the reason the teacher drinks.
thank you, Ralphie.
I'm helping.
You're this close to sleeping in the yard. Read the room. Anyway, yeah, talked about the Colorado a bunch, and then they showed off this American Expeditionary Vehicles concept of an overland Colorado, which is pretty cool. You know,
Oh, yeah, that's right. AEV was doing their Colorado thing.
yeah,
That's right.
That did end up producing one of the most awkward moments I've seen at a press conference.
Uh-oh.
So all the AEV guys are standing there, in front of the crowd, with the rest of the quote-unquote press people, and they're just, live streaming this thing. Yeah, they're about to reveal this truck that we built, and, it's awesome and everything. And then some dude with a headset just comes snaking his way through the crowd, and he gets all of them, and he starts, hurting them awkwardly.
Yeah, cool, because they don't even know what the hell's going on.
No.
They're just told to stand there and...
Yeah, come to the press conference. Okay. Stand up front. Whatever. Okay. Hey, stand here. But why? And then they have, TV cameras pointed in their faces. It was delightful. And that was it for day one. I didn't see... I mean, I ran past some interesting stuff on my way to different press conferences. Saw the Torque Stallion in all of its glory.
Yes.
So, that was delightful.
The Torque Stallion with surprisingly less torque.
It's a twerk.
Twerk.
Like
Twerk.
twerking. Like twerking.
Twerk.
Like twerk it
Excuse
mildly.
me.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never heard the proper name for it. I just know it as Hertz FC.
It is.
It's it's
The Twerk Stallion.
The Torque Stallion.
Okay. See, I've always known it as the Torque Stallion, which
No, it is.
explains why I have no idea.
Yes, no, it's the Torque Stallion.
Well then.
Because
There-
naming
there-
something
there's-
when something's popular.
This
I mean,
this is awkward, and
Because
now I feel
it's supposed
bad.
to be shaking its booty. I guess when it's drifting.
well, people were asking what do you call it, and he was trying to figure out well, what the hell do I call it? Twerking was popular at the time.
Twerk stallion.
There you go.
Got it.
Of
Done.
course.
So now he's married to it. Fun fact, he wanted the R32 that Njuku is using for their demo car. He wanted to buy that car and have that for his thing, but it didn't happen.
Oh.
Yep. So instead he bought an FC and threw a junkyard V8 in there.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed that part.
And isn't it now back to rotary?
Yeah, it's now 13B.
Cool.
Which explains. Okay, now I see why Dave was so confused.
Yes.
I was like, there's no torque there. But Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no torque, Lieutenant Dan.
I understand the name's supposed to be ironic, but damn.
The ironing is delicious. Anyway. So, yeah, that was my opening day. How did the rest of you fare?
I mean, it was pretty good
Yeah?
on my end. I was stuck in South Hall upstairs.
Stuck you with the bro trucks?
Bro trucks, UTVs, yes, there were a lot of those. Superb amount of like pre-runners, though.
It's always
There were a
good.
lot of pre-runner trucks.
I want to see those.
They're dope.
There were some pretty cool show trucks too, like the more sporty. I guess you call it a sport truck.
Yeah.
Like lowered full size trucks, nice handling packages, big brakes, that kind of thing.
Probably some that are just ludicrously lowered on bags.
Yeah, there were actually quite a few of those
Yeah.
as well. But they were still grossly overshadowed by Polaris Razors and lifted 1-ton trucks.
Gotcha.
Just about every truck, unless it was slammed severely or was stock with random catalog accessories attached to it, it had 26s and stretch 37s.
God damn it.
Which, I mean, I'm kind of a fan of. Like, I kind of enjoy that, and I know I get a lot of shit for that, but,
Well, you should.
I mean, taste notwithstanding. We could talk about some things.
We've been talking about
We've
some
been
things.
talking about some things that I don't like,
Sure.
but we'll save that for another podcast. No, there were a lot of cool ones. Insane amount of Jeeps. Insane amount of Jeeps that were on 24s and 26s with ludicrous lifts and stick axles. There were actually a lot of like the overlanding style, like AEVs.
I like those.
Style vehicles. Yeah. A lot of rooftop tents, a lot of luggage racks, like kayaks and camping gear and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool. There were a lot of trucks that were actually pretty well set up too. A lot of trucks that looked like, if you could get over scratching the paint, you could go out and actually do some pretty fun stuff
Stick
with.
around it.
Yeah, a lot of Land Cruisers and stuff that were, decked out. But yeah, overall, it was pretty good. There were some strong showings. A lot of different wheel companies, lift companies, accessories. Just a really good show all around, at least as far as that stuff goes. A few airbag companies, all of course, for load carrying, not necessarily stance.
Right.
There were a lot of trucks that were I want to say they were made questionably. I don't know. I found myself nitpicking a lot of these $100,000, $200,000 trucks. But the most ludicrous part of it has to be all the UTVs. They had so many razors, like Polaris razors, that were lifted on ridiculous wheels.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was a Polaris razor 4-door or 4-seater, long wheelbase, lifted on like 37s or 40s that was bigger than the Super Duty it was parked next to.
Damn.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And so that was pretty crazy. There are actually a few companies that I wasn't expecting to see in South Hall either. Alcon, the brake company, they almost exclusively had trucks in their booth.
Interesting.
One in particular was a bright orange JK Rubicon on some beefy, I think they were Duratrack axles, big 8-lug 1-ton axles with huge brakes. And so that was pretty cool. Again, like I said, there were a lot of well set up off-road cars. There was a slammed 4-door Toyota pickup on air, like 18s, turbo 4-cylinder. It's pretty rad.
Nice.
But I mean, that was really mostly it. I mean, that's of course because it was all truck stuff. That's what it was dominated with.
Yeah.
But there were a few. ECU Master was there. They had their small booth. Gretty, of all people, had a booth in South Hall upstairs.
I feel like they always have a really tiny booth.
They always have a really tiny booth, and it's always someplace really weird.
It's tucked away.
They're always with, like, the new exhibitors. It's like, but they've been here before.
Yeah, and this it wasn't.
humble.
I wouldn't consider it a small booth this year.
No.
They had a nice, simple Porsche lowered on some nice wheels, and then they had a new Civic with a bunch of their upgrades.
Type R?
I believe it was an R.
Because last year they had that really nice R32 sedan
Yeah.
that I fell in love with.
Yeah, that thing was great.
Yeah.
And then,
They're always tucked away.
yeah. Well, they were actually they were in Central Hall on a corner somewhere. So, like, it wasn't...
Just tucked away? Really?
It wasn't tucked away. Like, it was... so, Central Hall, like, there's the main, like, the big hall part, and then there's the smaller part where I found you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of, like, right in that area.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Like, it wasn't quite tucked away, but it was still kind of... It felt out of the way, though. Until...
mean
for
last
sure.
year?
Yeah, last year.
Weren't they in the same kind of
No.
upstairs hall last
Nope.
year with like HKS where number 2 car was?
No, HKS was in... HKS, for some odd reason, was in some weird, like, side room. No, Gretty
I know
was in...
we saw HKS last year, and I was fawning over the car despite Life Motorsports.
Yeah. No, Gretty was in Central Hall, like, proper. So, yeah. But they were still, like, kind of in a... Like, the booth was only big enough for one car, and so... Yeah, I actually went up and saw the Gretty booth today, and there was a Pandem-equipped Mark 7 GTI. Yeah.
Interesting.
Seeing that kid on that car made me really think long and hard about maybe considering keeping the GTI, but no.
Yeah, that kit costs about as much as you paid for the GTI, I think,
Yeah.
when all is said and done.
Yeah.
So hard pass.
Yeah. By the way, 2012 GTI, 6-speed manual, Autobahn edition, black leather interior, for sale, $13,000 or best offer. You know how to get a hold of me?
I got $5.
No.
I got 6.
Damn.
All right. So,
I got 1,001, Bobby.
Ah, heck.
fuck. All right. Well, Gavin, you were in South Hall also, but you were downstairs.
I was in the downstairs.
Yes.
In a very different atmosphere
Yes.
than upstairs. I was in Wheels and Tires.
Mm-hmm.
And after being properly guided by Mike,
Yes.
and being into the place where I was supposed to be, right out the gate, first time I've ever seen a 720S was right there. Third time I've ever seen a Pagani Huayra was there, and the second Huracan Performante. All three next to each other behind stanchions, surrounded by gorgeous women.
In the Pirelli booth, as is the Pirelli way.
It is the Pirelli way. Just right there, so that was great. Just thinking about highlights from yesterday. There's a lot of good stuff outside.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff outside. Just thinking about like when we got our passes and yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Some really interesting, I'm going to say clean. I don't necessarily agree with their direction. But like newer 991 911s that are just slammed to the ground with these gorgeous blue colors.
Yeah.
One of them, a Targa, that had this 80s style whale tail.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty rad. We've seen a couple AMG GTRs. There was one that was that bright green or whatever, parked next to an R8 LMS car, parked next to a Lamborghini Aventador SV.
Yeah.
That was pretty rad. There's something that's actually really cool that I wasn't expecting to see. There was a Jeep JK.
Yeah.
But it was a two-door JK that was styled to look like a CJ. And it had like this classic dash and like seats or whatever. That was pretty cool. Yeah, yesterday was definitely an eye-opening experience.
Yeah. Welcome to it.
Welcome to it. I feel like today was more memorable though, and I'd like to touch on that later.
Yes, we will get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Joey, before your camera died and before you became attached to my hip, what did you like yesterday and or Monday?
What did I like yesterday?
What? Just highlights.
Highlights. Well, highlights was me fumbling with the camera for the first 15 minutes.
That's fun.
Only to forget that the viewfinder has its own adjustment.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. So, I mean, the big thing for me, honestly, was going to the Exetti booth and seeing that KRC has a car there.
Yeah.
And we've been tracking them since, like, their first SEMA and just excited from the beginning about their body kits, even when it was, like, their really, really crazy-looking stuff.
When it was just fucking insanity.
And then we talked to their one, English-speaking representative who was like, yeah, we're trying to tone it down for the American market. And we're like, dude, no.
Yeah, me and Joey are like, fuck that, no.
Like, the other thing was cool, but look at this crazy shit you're doing. But no, if you go to the Exetti booth, they have a really, I think, cool-looking FDRX7 sitting there.
Yeah.
And it is cool to see that they're finally making some moves.
Oh, yeah, that...
Because we've been worried this whole time that they're going
that
to
weird,
disappear.
like, purpley kind of RX-7.
Yeah.
It's built by Kyle Mohan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Current guy who is fumbling around with, a rotary and a Miata in Formula Drift.
I think the other highlight is Optima booth has an F-body Camaro. Always a soft spot for me.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice. And then slot cars.
Yeah.
There are slot cars.
That's always awesome.
So I think that tomorrow there's going to be a special trip made back to whatever booth that is. So
Yeah, we're gonna figure that one out.
Play the slot cars.
Oh, good old slot cars.
Yay, slot cars.
Yay. All right.
Not a whole lot though. I mean, I sort of hit 25% of it and then
And then the camera
realized that I was out of juice.
died.
And
Yeah.
I was off to find Papa Mike.
Yup.
Did that feel like any stress relief at all? Like after that happened, after you ran out of juice,
And that it died. Yeah,
because
kind
you're kind
of.
of left with no other option. I guess you could run social media things from your phone.
I
at that
can.
point.
Mike seemed to be on it, and so I don't know. By the time we got with the press conferences, it was like, okay,
Yeah, I was.
let's
Kinda kick back a little
GTFO. And,
Yeah, at that point, I was like, we're done here.
well, especially after today, because I covered a lot of floor
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt better after today, where I was like, okay, I got something done. But
Yeah.
Yeah, you were making waves.
Yeah, you're moving. So, well, let's talk about today. Everybody shuffled up. I didn't have to, well, I was going to go to the Formula D press conference, but then I remembered that I was going to get highlights from the conference emailed to me.
So there's no point.
Yeah. So things happened. Things shook out as I thought they were going to, and then in ways that I did not expect at all. Let's talk about that real quick. So they've extended agreements with their title sponsor, Black Magic and Gumout, for another couple of years, and they've added a couple more sponsors that you've never heard of, nor have I. So who cares? Let's move on. They signed an exclusive deal with, who was it? Achilles and Nexon. So if you're running in Pro 2, you have to run on Achilles or Nexon.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah, buddy. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, so this is to help with, quote, team cost containment, company inventory management, and competition parity, end quote. As I said at dinner, tires is not going to help with competition parity.
It ain't.
No, I'm sorry, guys coming out of Pro-Am, but, I mean, there's definitely a delineation between those who are going on to Pro 1, and have the readiness to do so, and then everybody else. So they also announced that a provisional schedule for this coming year, for 2018, since Irwindale is now apparently a Walmart distribution center, they will be ending the season in lovely Las Vegas, where we currently are.
Fabulous Las Vegas.
Indeed. The series is coming back to Las Vegas because they used to have a Streets of Las Vegas event that they would run with Vegas Drift. It was at night. It was awesome, and I'm glad they're coming back to Vegas. But they are looking at...
No good deeds go unpunished.
So, yeah, the Canada round, the round that nobody likes going to because it costs everybody a shit ton of money, and it doesn't help when a lot of these guys don't have big-name sponsors and you only get like $7,000 if you win the whole event. That thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and how-
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, and how everybody's in like Florida or California. It costs a shit ton of money to ship a car from California or Florida to literally anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially going across an international border. Well, so they're still thinking about going to Canada, going to Montreal. Not to disparage the Canadians. we love you guys. You guys come out for the Formula D. You get real rowdy, drinking that moonshine you call Labatt's.
What?
Yeah, but here it's a lot easier to get people across the border than it is hardware.
Yeah.
Good.
Specifically, an
Tires.
entire race team and car and fuel and
Yeah.
tire.
And used tires.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at it as, Anyway, so they're either going back to Montreal with also the weird, dangerous wall that, like, has a weird kink that juts out that catches at least 2 people every goddamn year.
Gotcha.
I mean, there is that.
Yeah.
Bamboozled again.
Hey, we want you to run the wall. But what about the part where it kicks out? We want you to run the wall.
Don't hit that part.
So, yeah, they're either going to go to Canada or St. Louis, Missouri. Because it's St. Louis? The best fans in baseball? I don't... whatever. I mean, not to disparage the Midwest Drift scene, knowing that Midwest Drift Union has folded because nobody wants to compete. They just want to drive,
I mean, understandably so.
Understandable that you want to drive, but, it's hard to have a licensing series when nobody wants to compete in it. But,
This is true.
Yeah, not to talk trash on the Midwest, but, I mean, feel free to enlighten me, because I am admittedly ignorant about what's going on in Missouri, like where you guys are driving, any of that stuff. So I and a lot of people on the internet figured they'd be going to, like, Chicago or somewhere in Wisconsin or maybe Michigan, because stuff has been happening in those places, The area around Chicago has quite the robust car scene. JDM Chicago, Team Proceed. Up in Wisconsin, they've had Final Bout up there. They had some, Michigan's been doing pretty damn good, as is evidenced by all the photos our buddy Devin Crease keeps posting. So, yeah, St. Louis kind of came out of nowhere, but that's that. So, anyway, I didn't have to go to press conferences today. I got to run around and take pictures, which was fun.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went to South Hall Upper, started my day there. Well, actually, I started my day in Central Hall, but then I made my way over that away. Talked to Dean Carnage, who told me that Formula D is going to be banning the big giant wings because he keeps blowing his off whenever he's riding a wall.
Nice.
Because the wing is wider than the goddamn car.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Which is crazy to think, because that's not a narrow car to begin with.
No, the Dodge Viper you could not really describe as small or dinky.
No.
In
Or
any
svelte.
way, shape, or form.
Or svelte, yes.
Yeah.
So
So
as spelt as chest hair.
I mean, conditioned and shampooed to chest hair?
Nah.
pressed, permed.
I got nothing. I'm sorry, I got nothing.
Maybe it's got a star of David knotted in it.
Oh,
Damn.
savage.
Holy fuck, we're devolving very quickly.
Moving on.
Brush your teeth and go to sleep, kids. The adults are going to drink beer and watch Joe Don Baker movies.
That's what my parents used to do.
Yup, that's it.
Yes,
Oh my God.
Dave, that is it.
That
is it. Let's
Wow.
save you
That's
from
what
the
everybody's
therapy.
parents were doing. Anyway. So, talked to Dean. Saw his, the new car. Looking pretty awesome. The Oracle Lighting Warthouse Dodge Viper. Dean's a cool dude. Actually kind of remembered who the hell we are. Or played it off very
wow.
nicely.
Super
Either
cool.
way.
Appreciated. Nonetheless.
Wandered over
I'm
to...
a fan.
Save our egos.
Wandered over to Gretty, saw the Pandem Mark 7, had my brief fleeting thing. By the way, GTI's for sale again. I cannot emphasize this enough.
Buy it, please.
Please buy it, $13,000 or best offer.
I don't want to have to keep working on it.
We don't. Nobody wants to keep working on this. All the big stuff's been done. Timing chain guides and tensioners done. High pressure fuel pump done. Like it. Just did an oil change with some good liquimoly in there. OEM filter.
Yeah, some of the good.
Yeah, so
Yeah, good.
like you're good to go. This thing is, it's a good car. I'm just sick of it. So, anyway, saw all that stuff that was upstairs. Talked to some people. Tried to talk to our boy Ferris, but he was busy doing business over at eBay Motors.
Which is funny. So I walk into the bathroom,
Yeah,
Felt so bad. So, walking in the bathroom and I looked down at the toilet paper dispenser.
Yeah.
eBay Motors.
Yeah.
Somebody's not very happy with their product.
Clearly.
So sorry, David.
Oh, dude. No, but he was hustling, so...
That and then a Spec D lanyard which made me very sad because the model was very friendly to me.
She was. They were very friendly. I needed a... So I only have one camera strap, and I let Joey borrow that because he's borrowing my big boy camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed something because on my, alternate use camera, I normally use that strap. Yeah, one of the models just came up and gave me a lanyard. Very nice. Shout out to you, nice model lady.
Same thing. I was just sort of standing there, and I turned to my right, and there's one of the models walking right up to me. You look like you could use a lanyard. Screw those screen things.
Yeah.
Puts one right over into my neck. I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Lean right into it. Yes.
Yeah.
I will be crowned.
They are not booth girls. They are not booth babes. They are booth professionals.
Yes.
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 They spent money on those ones.
Respect them.
Damn right. Anyway, yeah, I kind of, floated around, wandered around, saw stuff, ran through wheels and tires, tried to grab some cool pictures of stuff there, went outside. My mission today was to hunt down the Hoonigans cars.
Like,
I found the Ute.
shit car.
Oh, yeah. That was the big thing. I was going to find shit car. I found shit car.
Shit car was found, and shit car is amazing.
It is
Fucking
amazing.
Shit car.
I love shit car.
I
Honestly,
feel like I'm now a part of history having sat in shit car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got some good ass pictures of you sitting
Dude,
in
I'm
shit car.
stoked.
I can't wait to pull some
Those
of those
are
up.
definitely going on my personal Instagram.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe changing the profile picture on my
Likewise, Yam got some bangers of me chilling in that.
Oh,
car,
yeah.
Well,
too.
I mean, it's Yum.
Yeah.
It's you on camera, so there's
I
that.
mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anywho,
Hey.
Whatever.
no, I've liked in some capacity shit cars since I've seen it, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
odd because
You hate E36.
I just like
With a passion.
E36 specifically, but to add one more to that, this is a 4-cylinder E36.
Yes, it's a
It's
318.
the garbage.
It's a 318i.
It's a
And-
$350 hunk of shit.
Yeah.
but that's also why I freaking love it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let's face it. Mike and I have the cooler car. We have a 5 Series that's base model, but
Yeah.
still, shit car is goals. Like, honestly, if somebody wanted to come out and just be like, "Well, I've got this $400 318i. Like, what can I do like to come to a drift event?" And be like, "Weld the
Fucking
diff,
bash the shit out of it.
weld the diff, and come throw it ass first into the wall. Who gives a
Yeah.
shit?"
Weld
Like,
the diff and come out and get rowdy.
Exactly. Like, I love that. Like, that car is... There's something about that car that I just thoroughly enjoy. Now, normally
It's the spirit of the car.
I think that might be it, because
Yeah.
I don't like E36s. I don't like 4-cylinder BMWs. I don't particularly like beat-to-shit cars.
And it's a combination of all those
This is a combination of all the above, and somehow every time I see shit car on a Hoonigan episode, I freak out. I love it.
It's something that's it's greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, that car is kind of got... That car is pretty much Hoonigan history. Like,
Yeah.
that's...
Definitely, yeah.
Like,
For
if
sure.
I were to own an E36, I would paint it that same livery. And I would
Probably
go
be a
bash it
325
into things. I know it could be a 318 because I'd put a V8 in it, but that's beside the point.
It's neither here nor there.
Yes.
Anyway.
But no, car's hilarious. Shit cars goals. Shit
was
cars
great.
love. Shit cars life.
Yeah. I spent a good 15, 20 minutes just shooting photos of shit car before you came over.
Oh, God, that's perfect.
Yeah. That was my goal for the day.
I mean, you were showing me some real bangers, some
Yeah.
close-ups and detail work and that.
Love shit car.
Like,
So-
it would have been so much cooler if I could, awkwardly high-five Kakawa while
Yeah.
sitting in it.
Yes. Maybe you no.
Again,
What are you doing? Put your hand down.
Just,
I
no.
know.
Why are you high? No.
we've
stop it.
heard, somebody said they saw Hurt here. I know Vinny and Scotto are here.
Word.
I'm issuing you a challenge, Hurt, Vinny, and Scotto. Give me a piggyback ride.
Holla at your boys.
I'm pushing $3 I just want to see what you're made of.
I know Hurt can do it.
Hurt could do it.
Hurt could do it all
Hurt's already
day.
got the mass.
Vinny,
Maybe.
I'm on the fence about.
Yeah.
Because, he looks yoked, but I think he's just
I
doing
think he's pretty lanky, honestly.
I think he's doing the New Yorker thing, the fucking Guido thing, where it's just a lot of push-ups, a lot of curls.
A
yeah.
lot of gym, a lot of tan, a lot of laundry.
Combing
lot
out
of hair.
that beard.
He's
hair.
he's the
Oh, wait, he doesn't
He's
have hair.
beating that beat up.
he's beating that beat up.
Yep. So
Damn.
Scotto's just a mountain of a man, all 6 feet 8 inches of him.
I want to see you jump on Kakawa. I think that'd be hilarious.
I mean, that would just be real weird.
I feel like there would be a lawsuit.
There would.
Kakawa would sue
There'd
me
be
into
charges.
the fucking Stone Age.
But wouldn't it be worth it?
No.
Oh.
I think so.
No.
As someone behind the camera, I think it'd be hella worth it.
I mean, Kakawa's the guy with money, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess.
I
I
mean,
mean, he
seems-
drives an electric smart car.
But I
so,
mean, like,
And I think he's got a Jag.
Kakawa
Yeah.
seems like the guy who's got the bankroll. Like, in the whole setup, he seems like the guy with the bankroll.
When in reality, I think it's actually Scotto. Because Scotto does have, like, he commissioned and has an RWB.
Okay,
964.
well, I
he
mean...
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Like-
totally does.
Like, he's legit, I think, the co-founder of, like, the Donut Garage Hoonigans, as we know them.
yeah.
Okay, well,
So,
perhaps so.
and apparently a wicked dancer. As everybody keeps talking about his fucking wedding, where there is no footage. Also, Scotto, feel free to swing by the crib. We'll get you liquored up and dancing.
Oh, dude.
We won't film it, but, you know.
We got
I
a
might.
backyard. Ish.
Yeah.
Honestly, this would be the best trip to Vegas ever if we could get those Donut Garage guys here.
Oh, my God.
Dude,
yeah.
I love Donut.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I genuinely.
like
I love the
any
BTs.
and
They're
or
great.
all of them.
Oh, yeah.
I would have far too much fun with that.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Like,
funny.
we totally
Hurt-
need to shout them out or tag them in this. Like, when
That's
we air
happening.
this.
Yeah, this is
what
gonna
I find
happen.
really funny, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons why he's so popular and how the show's getting really popular as well. Hurt is like a black version of like one of my buddies from college.
Hurt's just a dude. Like, that's the
He's a
great
dude,
thing.
but like one of my buddies from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He's like a black version of him,
Huh.
which is like just his mannerisms and the way he speaks is like so on point. Just like, dude, this is so Jeremy. This is weirding me out. Let's not
Yeah,
have that
maybe
be the
don't-
second thing you break.
Yeah, maybe
here.
don't do that.
Damn,
Fuck. My bad.
you
You're
have
right.
just been
I'll
called
stop.
out. I honestly did anybody else hear it like
I heard
actually
it.
happen?
I
Okay,
heard
cool.
it.
Because
I
I
heard it.
I heard it
I was
happen.
pissed.
I heard it and I was like, I'm gonna come out eventually, and then I'm like,
I was pissed.
Well, I was like
you were
half
not happy.
asleep, half dreaming, and I was dreaming of Zelda, so, like, in my dream...
Broken vase.
So pots crashing to the floor were just a normal occurrence.
Yeah, and then I heard somebody sweeping up, and I'm just like, oh, shit, somebody has to clean up after I smash those pots for those rupees. Oh, I feel bad now.
Goddamn rupees.
Throw a chicken.
God damn it.
Anyway, yeah, so my day was hunting down the Hoonigan stuff. And
Dope.
Found it.
Dope.
So, yeah. Whoever wants to go next with their highlights.
I have some things to talk about both today and actually some things I did skip over yesterday. I know. I didn't talk for very long, so fuck you.
I'm just laughing that you have, like, I have things to talk about, unlocks phone. For
I
far
do.
too long.
I do.
Inhales, boy.
Yeah, the seagull meme.
My
You know.
longest Diablo ever.
So,
It's like, do you have anything, Gavin? I'm glad you fucking asked.
Can that be the title of this episode?
I'm
Longest
glad you-
Diablo ever.
Yeah. See my days 1 and 2 wrap up. Longest Yap Boys ever.
I love it.
Anyway,
Continuing.
Dodge had their demons there, as well as like their demon chest thing.
Why are you bringing the demons at me?
So they had 2 Dodge demons next to each other with TV screens in front of them, and a Christmas tree in the middle, and these fucking weird hydraulic actuators. And what are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Keep talking. How dare you give the finger?
No. Fuck
I will
you.
always give you the finger.
Thank you for being polite, Dave.
Fuck you.
So,
Yep.
so you could drag race your buddies in virtual reality while sitting in the actual car, which was kind of cool. That happened. What else happened? That was really it, actually, from yesterday. Saw a bunch of things.
There was a whole lot of buildup for a whole lot of nothing.
Stop the entire.
Oh yeah! Oh,
podcast.
you could also win a new GT350 with a Whipple supercharger on it. That's a thing.
Yeah, GT350X.
Is what it's
Ooh.
called. Yes. Or that, or you could win a 65. That was super cool. Anyway, on to today. Today was super cool, mostly because of the people I got to meet and talk to.
Oh yeah,
I got
screw
to go
you, buddy.
visit the Singer booth.
Yeah, I heard you got yelled at by some Irish guy.
I did.
There's
a story there.
You're putting fingers in places you shouldn't.
There wasn't any stanchions and there wasn't a sign. That's my only defense.
But I mean,
I've yet to hear this story. Please.
So
yeah, you weren't here for this. So
you were
go
not
ahead.
here for this. So I walked up. So here's what happened. My buddy Justin, I was going to meet up with him today. We're going to go take pictures and run around and do things.
Cool.
And so we met up and saw the Venom F5, the new Hennessy thing. And then we went out and ran around and took pictures of things. And this is shortly before meeting the Magnus Walker, doing other Porsche things. My buddy Justin told me, like, hey, by the way, there's a Singer 911 here. So I immediately stopped what we were doing and went and found it. And so on the way, when we got to Singer, obviously walk up to the car, jaw drops. Been waiting years to just see one of these things, let alone get up close and personal. So we walk around behind it. My buddy Justin notices that, like, on the firewall and, like, in the engine bay, it's, like, quilted leather. We're like, huh. I don't think I've seen this in literally anything else ever. This is very strange. And then, like, so he goes and, like, touches the leather. He's like, yep, that's leather. And I'm like, huh? And I go touch it, and the chief test, driver for Singer, like, the development guy, he, like, with his Irish accent, is like, hey, what did he say exactly? He's like,
Gareth Reynolds, where are you when we need you?
He's not doing that anymore.
God damn it!
I haven't listened to an episode in a while, as he literally just decided not to.
Yeah, the English and the Irish kept complaining, and the Scottish
That makes
kept
sense.
complaining. So
that makes sense.
So no more accents on dollops, people.
That's why people can't have nice things.
So he basically, I hear out in my left ear, how would you feel if, like, I went up to your girlfriend and just started, like, fingering her?
What?
I'm like, huh?
Now, see, okay, I have two problems with this whole situation.
Okay.
Problem number one,
I
really,
will admit I was wrong.
I mean, yeah,
I was definitely wrong.
we're putting hands on stuff that, I mean, honestly, all of us, had we seen somebody, like, touching another car, we probably would be bagging on them right now. But, I mean, I'm not going to give you any shit for that. I mean, it's kind of...
Feel free to.
But, I mean, it's
I already got
kind
yelled
of
at by an Irishman today,
Well,
so
I
I don't
mean-
really give a fuck.
Right? I'll drink to that.
Hey.
But no, like, I kind of feel like, on one hand, yeah, we probably shouldn't be poking around prodding on other people's cars. It's a car show, right? I mean, granted, there are a bunch of idiots that do that. This isn't like a make-em auction. I get it. Like,
I'm sure the worst things happened today
oh, I guarantee it.
around
Oh,
other
yeah.
cars.
I guarantee it.
And he was telling me war stories about, like, other things that he's had to, like, tell people, like, get the fuck off that car.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. So, but on the other hand, I think that's kind of a really rash comparison. Saying, hey, if I just, how would you like it if I just walked up to your girlfriend and started fingering her? It's like, well, she's not pantsless spread eagle waiting for you to come shove a finger in it.
Right. Yeah. This hood, I guess you call it a hood. It was open. Everything was full on exposed. We could see the intake manifold.
Giggity.
But first of all, that engine is porn.
Giggity.
It's just straight pornography.
Oh yeah,
that
it's
one
a
of the
beautiful
new-
build. Everything.
It's not the
Singer
Williams.
is.
Okay.
Except he was telling us about some of the Williams motors today and the cars that they're going in, and it's fucking insane.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, the car, they've already built all 25 motors for the 25 cars. Each are
Nice.
sold for at least 1.8.
Ooh.
That's million for those that playing at home. And all complete with the white, like the powder white exhaust that Porsche and Ferrari used to do back in the day. And yeah, that's for those who don't know, Singer teamed up with Williams. They were making a 4-liter flat six, making 500 horsepower. That's all naturally aspirated.
It's going to be so amazing.
Oh my god, I just can't right now. Like just the thought of that, just oh my god.
Yes.
So this guy Seamus, he ended up being a really sweet and nice guy. He was just trolling and giving me shit. And like honestly, if I had kind of the Irish sense of humor and worked at these kind of things, he was telling me there was a kid at the Amelia concourse that had his hand just on like one of like the quarter panels, just like on it. And the guy was like, "Hey, get your hand off." And the kid just like looked at him, just deadpan, didn't do anything. It's like, "Get your hand off the car." And so like, so this guy's had to do the much worse shit than I did, or than he did with me. Like I just got red in the face out of,
and you were like
out of an embarrassment, and just
you're
like,
oh,
I'm sorry.
Like, oh fuck, I just poked and prodded a singer.
Because
you
of
had
all
obviously
the car
worse.
brands, or of all the brands for someone like me to piss off, that's like the worst / last one I would ever expect to have happen.
Right. Like a turd in the punch bowl.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to somebody like me listening to this
Because I've
story
been nutting
unfold.
over those cars for
You're just
years
like,
now.
oh my god, singer Porsche. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's everything to
And then-
ever love about a 911.
And then to go just get a quick tickle, and he's just like, hey,
It's like,
get your dick beaters off my Porsche.
God,
Don't you touch my daughter like that.
He ended up being a really nice guy. He opened
Just
up
good.
the driver door for me, and I took pictures of the interior. Some was actually quite like, actually. And we ended up talking about, like where my buddy Justin and I are from, like, we're from Utah, and we started talking about the church and all that.
Because you can't bring
interestingness.
up Utah without the church.
You really can't. No.
Are you Mormon?
He's a super sweet guy. So shout out to Seamus from Singer. I hope to someday have better confrontations with you down the road.
There's always tomorrow.
There's always there is literally tomorrow, except I'm not going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah. There's Friday.
And that's not even the highlight of my day today.
Getting yelled at by an Irishman?
Yeah.
I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but that's usually a low light.
I don't even know what the low light was today, honestly.
Well, we're not here to talk about that. We're going to focus on the positive.
We're talking about highlights today. What was really quite cool, actually, on the way to see the singer, I'm a big fan of the guys at Hooniverse.
Yeah.
And Jeff Glucker and Bradley Brownell and Manuel Carrillo. And I was walking, and Bradley, who I'm actually friends with, I've met him in person before. We're just in a sea of people walking through SEMA like you do, and I see this head poke through the crowd. I'm so I just shout out. I'm like, "Hey, Bradley!" And so we meet up in the middle of this room, and this longer kind of hipster, almost haired with a plaid shirt wearing fellow standing right next to him, and I take a double take, and it's Jeff Glucker, who founded Hooniverse. And we've talked about, he and I have messages back and forth of hey, when I'm in LA, we need to hang out and talk car things and do canyon cruises and shit. And just just the randomness of running into him at SEMA.
Yeah.
So that was actually really rad. And then meeting Magnus Walker.
Magnus is rad.
Magnus is a gentleman, a true gentleman. There was a little line. He was signing posters standing next to his car.
Yeah.
He asked where I was from. I said Park City, Utah, and brought up Ken Block. And super rad dude. Took pictures, and I'm sort of still basking in that little moment there because that's something I never thought would happen. So that was really rad.
It's the beauty of SEMA. Makes dreams come true.
Yep.
No, but seriously.
I have my own little
Yeah.
moment a few years back for my first
Who
SEMA.
said that?
Kato.
Okay.
It's the back of the Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wataru Kato, founder of Liberty Walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
How have
think
you not been wearing that around?
I keep it hidden away because of the signature.
Yeah.
You wouldn't wear that around SEMA?
Well,
I mean, maybe.
Well, this year, no.
Yeah, this year's a little weird
Because shootings?
Yeah.
because,
Gotcha.
I mean, we're not at a country music festival, but still.
I mean, we're still at a place
I
where
mean,
there are a lot
I did
of drunk
pack
people.
that unicorn mask thing, and no one batted an eye.
You wore it?
He packed it.
I packed it. Actually, I did have it on once, barely. I sent a Snapchat to the girlfriend.
Ah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway. Yeah, well.
I don't know. The security's been really.
It's been
Obligatory.
it's
It's the word I would give it.
it's
Yeah.
there.
Kind of.
It's there.
It depends on what door you go in at what time.
I had a security guy look at me yesterday and say, "Oh, don't worry, don't need to waste your time." Do you have any metal? At first, I thought he said mail, and I'm like, "No, I don't have any mail on me." What the fuck? He's like, "No metal." I'm like, "Oh, no." And I looked at him like, "Well, I have a belt on." He's like, "Oh, don't waste your time."
Yeah, the dude was just like, you have any metal? Like, the dude wanted me, and it went off, and he's just like, what is that, your belt buckle, car keys?
Giving you out
Both.
Yeah, dude, sure.
Right this way.
Yeah. So, unlike in years past, there actually is security. However,
I mean, understandably so,
but it's not exactly like the TSA.
As I said, it's obligatory.
Yes.
Okay. Also, one more thing about my day today.
Yeah.
The Hennessy Venom F5.
Yeah.
Went to the kind of the debut of that, and got to see some cool people actually in the crowd there.
Yeah.
Parker Nierenstein from Vehicle Virgins standing next to Bill Caswell of all people.
Shit car daddy.
Shit car granddaddy. Yeah. Yeah. Who else did I see there? Got to shake hands with John Hennessy because I was standing basically right fucking there. What's this? We're looking at memes. Grand Theft Doggo.
Yep.
That's who's a good boy. Who's a good boy?
I'm a good boy.
Yes.
But what if we never find out who's a good boy?
What?
I'm breaking all the things.
How many of you had tonight there?
God
Just keep
damn it!
3.5.
All right.
I would play
3.5 full beers.
I would like by the end of this podcast to be able to say we have had 20 beers. Exactly. 20
Well,
beers.
I'm not sure we're going to get there.
I mean, I can help with that. I could probably claim these three.
I mean, I'll take another just in advance.
Here, I'm claiming these three. These are mine. Anyway, yeah, I got to take a lot of good up close photos of the opposite of shit car, the brand new fastest car in the world. Right. Apparently it does 300 miles an hour, 1,600 horsepower. It weighs 2,800 pounds. It has a drag coefficient of 0.36 or 0.38. Mm-hmm. Not quite sure how it achieves those speeds because there's rocking a set of Power Sport 4S's.
Well,
not they might be 200 mile an hour tires.
Well,
definitely not 300 mile an hour tires.
No.
So yeah, so I'm curious of what road they were on in order to achieve those numbers because they are claiming 301. But yeah, I mean the car looks interesting from the front. It definitely looks like it's made for aerodynamics. The rear looks pretty sexy. I was actually standing behind the car the whole time. I didn't really get to see the front in person that much. But yeah, I mean that was a cool event. That's actually my first proper press event.
Well, welcome to it.
Yeah, thanks.
Make it more disappointing.
I mean, I can't wait for more SEMA.
I'm looking forward to more SEMA. Dave, do you have any highlights from today?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I met up with a friend of mine, and I saw some pretty cool stuff. Most of it was just really focusing on getting to see a bunch of stuff that I guess you guys had already covered in South Hall Lower. You specifically, Gavin.
Yeah.
Well,
And then I touched very briefly on a little car show outside between South and Central Halls, and then I saw a little bit of Central Hall before.
Cool.
Before we took off today.
There's a lot of stuff in Central.
It's massive.
It's fucking
stupid.
Did not realize when I went to South Hall Upper for the first day, I was like, wow, this is big.
And South Hall Lower isn't really that big.
It's not. It's multi-leveled.
It is.
You've noticed there were stairs.
You definitely get this. You could see expansion on the lower level.
I think it might be my favorite hall, though.
Central or South?
South. I don't know what it is about
Central
that hall.
is pretty diverse, though.
Central is pretty diverse. There's a lot of American stuff in the big hall. But I think it might just be partially because of the Kato thing. And then Michael and I had that brilliant day where in the span of 15 minutes, it was the Kato, Mira, Nakai,
Mark Arsenal, John Siebel. Yeah.
There's a lot of good memories in that hall.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but I do like that South Hall.
Gavin's looking at us dead-eyed and confused. So
I just have to
Do we
play
just
along.
rattle off some names?
There's
So-
a lot of names.
So okay,
no
so,
idea who any of the.
Okay.
You mentioned the Liberty Walk one.
So here's what happened. So it was a few years ago. It was me, Trent from Sandy, Tommy Rats in my pants, and Joey.
It's my first SEMA.
Yeah,
Joey
it was his
Salins.
first SEMA. So Trent and Tommy went off and they were doing their own thing. Me and Joey were like, well, okay, we want to go to Toyo because that's where they have Liberty Walk stuff. We want to see.
I was shitting my pants because Kato posts on Facebook, I'm doing autographs and stuff over in,
You're like, oh
in
my
Toyo,
God.
and I'm like, let's gotta go.
Yeah. So we tucked it back and we go to Toyo and we just see, the then new Liberty Walk GTR. And it's just
Gotcha.
it's amazing. It's great.
Which I think was also Kato's first SEMA. Like, that's when
It
he
was
finally
his
got in with the Dub guys, and he
Yeah.
finally got to SEMA.
It was his
Sure.
first big thing, So, so we go and we're looking at it, and I'm like, yep, this is it. This is what it is. I'm also looking at, and we're going to ignore Joey dropping the bottle cap. So, yeah, and it's just like this is, Toyo's kind of a nice, classy booth,
Sure.
nice lighting, everything. Their booth professionals wearing evening gowns. It's delightful. And then who shows up but Kato himself? And Joey's talking to him through a translator, and I'm, just like,
Well, I'm attempting to speak Japanese,
Oh,
which
yeah.
my biggest problem, whenever I try to speak Japanese, I immediately freeze. I
Yeah.
get stage fright really bad.
I get that with French too.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody else at the table understands.
Yeah, I feel you.
this is why I just speak.
You play it through your head, right, beforehand,
You try to,
and you
then it
try
just
to, and
doesn't-
you try to sort it out, and then as soon as it comes to time to say it, you open your mouth like,
So it's that, and then times 1,000, because I'm trying to talk to Kato. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like if you had to speak to Magnus Walker in Celtic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just like, no. So I have to I have to defer to the translator
Yeah.
sure.
in the end of it.
But that said, you and Kato kept looking at each other,
Trying
Yeah,
As
very
long
hard.
as the eye contact is still there
Yeah.
and you're engaging, that's really all.
Well,
that
and he's
counts.
such a stand-up dude.
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy. It doesn't
He's
matter
real
how long
rad.
you nag him, and he's if you ever meet Kato, it's one of the best experiences.
he's a rad dude.
That's kind of how I felt with Magnus today.
Yeah.
He seems like he'd be in a really
He's like stand-up dude, just like genuine person.
Yeah. Magnus is rad.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Joey's talking to Kato, and I'm like, proud papa. Oh, we also posed next to the GTR, and we wound up on Kato's blog.
Yes.
That was fun. But then, Joey is still talking to Kato and the translator, and I'm just like, yeah, there we go. And I'm looking at my phone, and I'm wearing this shirt. Robert Koch's Stay Crushing on Instagram. He was the first privateer at SEMA to have a Rocket Bunny, Rocket Bunny V1 FRS.
Dope.
That year, there were 4 Rocket Bunny FRSs. He had one. He was the only privateer. The other 3 were owned by, one was Super Streets, one of Super Streets project cars.
Okay.
And then 2 other big ass manufacturers had them.
Yeah.
It's hard to think. That's crazy because that's a year. That's historic for SEMA when the Rivet on Flare Rocket Bunny thing started.
Yeah, when Rocket Bunny hit. So, and then the next year it was you could not throw a stone without hitting a rocket.
The year of the Rocket Bunny.
Yep. So, but he was selling shirts, and I was wearing one of his shirts. That had the Rocket Bunny, the pig on there, 4.6 Customs, all that stuff. And I'm sitting there looking at my phone, and then I see these fucking shit kicker motorcycle boots come up and dirty blue coveralls, and I'm like, huh, I wonder. And I start slowly looking up, and it's Kay Muro, the founder of Rocket Bunny, 4.6 Customs, and he's looking at my shirt, and he's got kind of a sly grin on his face. He points at my shirt and gives me the thumb
Hey.
up. And I'm like, no, my friend. You and your boots.
Isn't that that just awesome kind of recognition you get from someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he recognized the shirt that I was wearing, and I recognized him because he
Game
made the thing on
recognized
the
game,
shirt.
boy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Son.
I was sitting there, back and forth taking the picture with Kato, and he
Yeah.
turns around and is like, K-Mira?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, and points at him, and it's like, oh, fuck, it's the other guy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm like, 1, 2.
Yeah.
And immediately take a picture with him.
Yeah. And then he walked up with, I think, John Siebel and or Mark Arsenal. And the year before, me and John Siebel had talked about comics because he also, he does, ink for comics. He did Batman Year One and Superman Earth One. So, two hardback comics that I have. I want to get more, but other expensive things require me to spend money on them. Yeah, but yeah. So me and John are talking, like, "Oh, hey, I met you last year." And oh, yeah. There's this other dude with him, and his badge is turned around, so we can't really see who the hell it is. But so Kato has to go, Mura has to go, but me and Joey are still talking to John Siebel, and like, oh, hey, we got to go meet these guys. You want to come with? Like, okay, sure. So we're walking around, and I end up standing next to this other guy, and the guy's just like, oh, I should probably introduce myself. My name's Mark. And I'm like, hi, Mark. And he turns around his badge. Mark Arsenal, company, Fat Lace. Like, oh.
Hello. Fuck. Oh, you're that guy.
Whoops. Oh, damn, son. I would not have treated you so nonchalantly had I known you were a man of your stature. Although I think you appreciated me treating you so nonchalantly.
Right.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about some stuff, and then we get to... So, on either side of the halls, there are little alcoves where, there are food vendors, and then next to them is a place where they have, like, their condiments, and people stand and
So I
eat.
think that's kind of nice about South Halls. There's food vendors sort of in the hall, so you don't have to walk out to concourse.
Yeah. So that's all in South Hall. And so we duck into one of those little alcoves, and there are all these guys, like, backs turned, speaking Japanese. They look rough. Like, what the fuck? Okay, who are these people? And then Mark talks to one of the guys, and the other dude kind of turns, and we're like, oh shit, that's Akira Nakai.
And Ishiraka Toshiya, who is
Yeah.
the 1034 speed
Yeah,
guy.
oh shit. These
Kind
are
of-
people we need to know.
Yeah, sideman to Akin and the Kai.
Yeah, and so they introduce us. It's just like, hot damn. So within a matter of like 20 minutes, Joey met like the three big dudes from the last few SEMAs.
Yep.
Yup.
The Riveton Revolution,
Yup.
so to speak.
Exactly. So,
The Riveton Revolution.
I mean,
Can
that's,
that be a thing now?
I think it is.
Hashtag Riveton Revolution.
Well, Speed Hunters asked, are Riveton flares a necessity? I'm like, for a SEMA card, it's like, well, no.
I mean, the 2 years, you had, 2015,
2014, 2015?
Yeah, because I wasn't there for 2014.
Yeah,
so
20
something like 2014, 2015, it kind of tapered off 2016.
Yeah. So,
And this year's not really a thing anymore.
You can see it really dying.
yeah. It's like,
It
it's
died on
God.
the car side of things. On trucks, it's still all over the damn place.
Well,
Is it?
trucks are a couple years behind.
Yeah, to be fair.
I mean, they're just starting to really get the stretch tire game.
They've been rocking Altezas unironically for years now.
God
there's
damn
that. There's that. LED taillights on trucks is probably the highest selling thing.
And train horns.
And train horns.
It's 1048 style. 1048.
1048,
I just wanted to make sure that's right if I'm going to shout out a company name.
1048, not 1032. Got it.
I'm on my fifth beer.
There we go. Gavin's going to go potty, but it's okay because we already talked about his stuff.
Gavin's going to break the seal. You bitch.
Did he skip over there?
Kinda.
All right, cool.
Skip to my loo, my darling.
Skip to the loo.
Skipped. God, this is why we have you, Michael.
This is me and my questionable writing career.
I present a joke and you just refine it.
Damn right. Instant workshop. That's just how it's going. Oh, anyway.
Shit, I'm just glad you're here because I'm deaf as fuck.
Yeah.
Torque stallion, like this makes no goddamn sense. No, twerk. Torque? Twerk. Like Ryan twerk? No, god damn it.
Twerk. Like shaking your ass.
Interdimensional cable. Fuck.
God damn
Oh, Jesus. And turn up my hearing aids.
it. Dave,
I just got that.
Dave inserts a conical hearing aid into his ear. Like this is the 19th century.
He inserts a horn into his ear.
You said what now?
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? No, really, what? What?
His bone cranking intensifies.
Apparently, Gavin was the glue that held this thing together. 'Cause
God
we're quickly falling
damn
apart.
Oh, real quick.
I'm the page slowly floating towards the ground after being ripped so
You're still-
non-violently from its backing.
You're just a loose grape in a 4th of July cooler, just floating.
At least I'm floating. I mean, better than being stuck at the bottom.
Yup.
Oh, I think he's coming back. Shit.
Oh, thank
Everybody
God.
Shut up.
So, everybody else talked about their highlights. I do want to shout out one person in particular.
Oh.
While I was upstairs in South Hall, I went over to Miltech Sport. You know, they make fine exhaust for things. And, talked to Sam Nye for quite a bit about things. He was a cool dude, willing to chat with me. So, shout out to him. And, also shout out to the dude from R1 Concepts. I can't remember his goddamn name, but we talked about they had a NASA ST1 Class 335i in their booth. And we were talking about it and how awesome it was. So, shout out to that dude. I can't remember your name, but if you stumble across this, I remember you.
Word.
Friendship.
Where are those guys?
Anyway, so that's that thus far, the show so far. Tomorrow's going to be a little different, or today as you hear this, it's going to be a little different, a little interesting. Alex and or Dave may be doing Mustang things.
Who's Alex?
What?
You said Alex and or Dave.
I mean, I'm assuming you're just going to steal Alex's car.
Yes.
Yeah. So Gavin and or Dave are going to,
There
go
we
do
go.
Mustang things.
There we go.
Yay.
Your name is now Alex.
Apparently.
You're Alex now.
We've adopted you and renamed you like a
Apparently,
dog.
I own a Boss 02 Laguna Seca, which I'm totally okay with.
No, you're just Alex.
Oh, damn it.
I was like, God damn.
Bamboozled again.
God.
Total side note, Gavin, my computer is actually currently recognizing these raw files I shot in today.
Tight.
Oh, good.
Like I'm thumbing through these
Good, so you don't have to
thumbnails
update your
right
raw.
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good.
good.
I'm
Tight.
100%.
So Gavin, Dave, and friend of the program, Alex, are going to do a revisit on the 302 Laguna
Alex the
Seca.
Hurricane.
Or whatever. I refuse to call him that.
Did he name himself that? Or?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not
That's a
calling you that.
that's a non-recognized nickname, Alex. That's how that works.
Sorry, we're going to go ahead and vote you off the island for that.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You know, I'm not running around calling myself
Did you
Mike
just
3-inch cock
Make a
Chandler.
weakest
No.
link reference
Jesus.
Yes.
in 2017.
Yeah.
I'm
This is
impressed.
what we do.
The leaning
That
tower
hurt.
of power, am I right?
I remember
Wow.
my second grade teacher telling kids in class, like, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Did she send him to the principal's office after that?
Yeah, she was savage.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Damn, yo.
Anyway,
Well, all right,
So-
let's go ahead and let's bring this flaming pile of shit back to an end, huh?
so Gavin and Dave are going to revisit the 302.
Well,
Dave hasn't visited the 302, so it's impossible for him to revisit it.
Okay, God
But
damn it.
I will revisit it.
God damn.
semantics
the
aside,
podcast.
so
They're going to do Mustang shit tomorrow when me and Joey
Hopefully,
go finish
I
up
won't
SEMA.
break my neck. Hopefully,
So, there we go. That's that. That's what we're doing today as you hear this. So, we're going to bring this shit into port.
how can we bring it into port in a landlocked state?
God damn it!
Fuck everybody. I'm going to answer the door and let our guest in. Goodbye.
Semantics, the podcast.
All right, guys, say
Love it.
goodbye.
Love it.
Goodbye,
99 kids.
everyone.
Fading
SEMA's
out.
fun,
Fading
great.
out.
and
Okay, bye.
Vegas is cool, I guess.
Yay.
Stuff.